Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. This is actually pretty near to where I live, actually. Just down the road about 15 minutes. Now we're into almost the wilderness, as it were. Um, this is actually up behind the airport, so just north of where I live. But nice spot here. This is a modular home, kind of a park, I guess you call it, or whatever. A nice place, though. Yeah. And we're right at the edge of wilderness here. So it's kind of cool. I like it here. Anyway, we're doing this carpet's about 30 years old, nylon. It's really worn in the traffic areas and really quite lost a lot of color, which we'll see in the living room when I get in there more so. Anyway, let's give it a clean. There's quite a few stains, but it's not that bad. This is a carpet that you really want to keep if you can, because, 30-year-old carpet, they don't make them like that anymore, do they now? So, older couple living in here, in their 80s, I guess. And, yeah. Away we go. Boy, look at this thing clean. Oh, I love these nylons. They're so cooperative. Of course, I pre-vacuumed everything very thoroughly with the Hoover Hush-Tone, and pre-treated all the obvious spots and stains with Suspend, as is my usual practice. This modular home, or modular park, or whatever, a few years ago, I guess, well, nearly 10 years ago now, there was a fellow around that had a business using pads and everything, and he and his wife worked together, and they were around for quite a few years. I heard some interesting stories about them when they were in people's homes that people would say, "Oh, you could hear them." She'd be bossing him around, and they'd be yelling back and forth. It was quite comical, actually. But I'm not saying they weren't happily married. Just anyway, so they worked together, and apparently it was at times a bit tense, I guess. But anyway, they were well respected, I think, business around town or whatever. And mark there. And but then I guess nearly 10 years ago, she got cancer, and she passed away. And then not too terribly long after that, I saw that the business was up for sale. Wasn't very much, like 20,000 or something like that. And anyway, I thought, oh, okay, maybe I could snap up that business, and it wasn't really a lot of money, really, in big picture, I guess, depending on the numbers and everything. So anyway, I went and talked to him, and he showed me his books and whatever, and I looked it over. And the thing is, but over the previous 2-3 years, he'd really slowed down a lot, in part because he was now doing it on his own. I think his heart wasn't in it, for one thing, and there really was nothing as far as equipment, although he had a couple of rotaries, which I actually did buy off him for pretty reasonable. I still have one of them. The other one I passed on to my friend Roger, I think for what I paid for it. And and he had a bunch of the green stripe pads, and at the time I wasn't interested in them. I am now, but he had a lot of them. But I passed on that. I decided not to buy the business at all, because I just figured, well, there wasn't really much really happening with the business anyway, and I knew that over the next year or 2 or 3 that the people that would call him and find out he wasn't doing work anymore would end up, chances are they'd probably call us anyway. So I thought, now that doesn't quite make sense for me to buy it. Oh, I did get the little upholstery machine from him, the U.S. products machine, which I was able. It was had a couple of issues, but I was able to fix it up, put new carbon brushes in the motor, and the pump was leaking, and I fixed that. I was able to do that. Good thing, because that new pump is really expensive. But anyway, I still have that machine. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't buy the pads that he had. I bet he had 30 or 40 pads, but he was bleaching them. So that really, I could see that they were quite, a lot of them were pretty degraded looking because of the bleach breaking down the fibers and whatever. So that's one reason I passed. And interestingly, the guy was using the pink solution to clean carpets. And that was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, I know technically it can clean, but, well, that's not a good idea, because you don't want to be cleaning any wool carpeting with these enzyme, because that's what it is, an enzyme stuff. And he had to, you buy it in a pail, and it's kind of like thick goo. You have to put it on the, quite a process to get it into a liquid form. You have to melt it, basically. He had a heating element, hot plate downstairs in his place, and he'd heat up the pink solution, liquefy it, and then pour it into jugs and add water, and made a ready-to-use solution that way. And he had jugs and jugs of it, but put a rigmarole to go around just to get this product, which actually I did get some from him, and I tried it a little bit, and I was like, okay, I did not like it. I didn't think I would, and yeah, it's not a good, it doesn't have punch. Anyway, I think I threw away the last of it. I had it hanging around in my garage for a while there, and one day I thought, okay, this is dumb, I gotta throw it away, so I did. Anyway. So, let's go around the outside over here, and then I'll go and put these pieces of furniture back. You can see quite a color change going on here. I'm 30 years old. Not at all surprised. Especially with the sun that comes in this window over here. But the carpet is cleaning very nice so far. We do have some pretty obvious stains to deal with, and a very high traffic area over here. And he actually told me when I got here that he has a little Bissell home unit or whatever, and he says he cleaned that area there a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, these machines, they're really not very good. He admitted, yeah, it gets it really wet down deep, and obviously that's not a good thing. I know there's guys that kind of want to try and convince people that it's a viable machine for a supposed professional, but yeah, don't be that guy. That's a joke. Now there was quite a bad mark here from the recliner was here, so there was from the graphite or whatever. But I put the suspend on there, and I find it works really, really well for removing that. And by the way, I am using the AstroTurf pad. I can't remember if I mentioned that at the beginning or if it was obvious enough, but it is my preferred pad in almost every case now. You can see the dramatic color change over here compared there to there. Look at that, eh? Oh, this is where there was a plant stain right over here. Overwatered stain. I put the suspend on there. It looks like it's mostly faded out already. Haven't even cleaned it yet. It's pretty obvious, actually. You can still see a slight amount of color there. Oh yeah. Completely gone. You can see the color, big color change going on here. It's almost a tan color. It's not really as white, but it's losing the color, so it's going kind of whitish in the exposed areas of this carpet. But for 30 years, really, it's doing pretty well. You don't see the polyesters lasting 30 years. No way. I mean, if you get 5 years out of them, you've done well. It's really quite shameful when you think about it, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna groom and put it back. This paint is coming off. Weird. That'll be the light doing that, degrading the paint, even though it's not necessarily shining on it directly. It just does. It just deteriorates everything. And the light would be very powerful coming through that window. Okay. What a yellow stain right there. Put that on there and Hopefully that'll deal with that. We'll come back and look at that later, I guess. Park these over here for now. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, working really well. Carpet is really brightening up nicely. Look at that thing go, eh? Looking really good. Of course, I'm doing 300 RPM right now, which gives us about 360-degree cleaning passes per second. So there's a lot of action going on that carpet. So I go slower, I clean harder. It's kind of interesting, you know, you think about it. The more effort you put into cleaning, the easier it is as far as you're not, it's not like you're pushing a wand, you're pushing it, you know, back and forth more and more times as fast as you can or whatever. In other words, what I'm saying is that the machine is really doing the work. I just kind of guide it around, and that's very easy. No effort to make it move right or left, or even forward and back. Because to go forward, I just take a step because it's resting up against my my waist, my belt line. So it's my arms aren't really involved in actually pushing it. Like if you use for example, wheels up, OP, even an ORC. You've got to pump your arms back and forth to make it go forward and back. Whereas the rotary, it's actually resting, my hand resting against my leg there. And so to make it maneuver, all I'm doing is just slightly lifting and slightly depressing the handle to go left and right. And to go forward, I just step. So I'm not pushing it, as it were, with my back or my arms. I know that there's been, over the years, people have said that the rotary doesn't clean well. And as I've said many times, that's simply not true. You get the right attachments and the right products that are to clean with, that are quality cleaning products. I'll choose the rotary over the LP any day. And we're going to go over this area again because it looks fine, but I'm going to just do it anyway because I think under the pass won't hurt. This is where the greatest amount of wear, at least over in this area, is. Obviously this is where I guess the gentleman sits here the most, and it's very worn here. The yarn has lost its definition, kind of flared open, but one of the nice things about what I'm doing is with the rotary and with the pad I'm using, which has the AstroTurf scrub strips in it, it's really scrubbing that yarn, and as it does so, it's lifting. It actually lifts the yarn very well. I know people say that the rotary pushes the yarn down. Well, I've never noticed that. I've been doing it been carpet cleaning for over 50 years, and with the rotary for over 30 years now. We're in our 30th year. Because I started the business in 1995, by the way. So here we are. This is the 30th year. And I've certainly never seen flattening of the carpet pile. I don't get why people say these things. I just don't understand it. I guess they just repeat what somebody else told them, and they don't really know themselves. They're just, saying what someone said. A lot of misinformation out there. And then when I go over the carpet after to groom it, which I'll use the vacuum for, that pile will lift up really very nicely. It won't stay up because it's, damaged and compressed, but I'll lift it and it will stay that way for a little while. But it will look beautiful. Just want to wipe that leg there where I accidentally splattered. Don't want to do that. I'm going to move that table in a sec. We'll leave it there for the moment. Let's move this. Get it out of my way. Okay. This is the really high traffic area going into the from the front door into the kitchen area there, and the bedroom's back there. And then there's a set of stairs going downstairs, which I'm also going to be cleaning. here. Around the table there is pretty darn clean, actually. Don't think they use that table much. Just like that. Okay, let's head over this way. We'll go into the bedroom. I'm going to go over this a little bit more because it will benefit from an additional scrub. And actually, move that table before I forget. Put it back where it was.
What? Yeah.
All right. But it is really cleaning very well. I can see that. But it really is degraded over here. It's very degraded. Oh, I'll get that out of your way.
That's okay. That's all right.
I'll get the wire out of your way.
I guess I don't have much place to go, do I?
No, sorry.
No.
I'm cramping your style.
Oh, well. I don't know if I have a style, but.
Can you get through? I bet you can get
No, I can just sit down right here.
Okay. Oh, let me get this thing out of here.
So obviously the walker is a factor in wear and tear on this carpet too. Okay, we'll get over behind that high boy, and then we'll get it put back. Okay. I see something that I think needs some proxy. Should just fade away. Okay. Now, there was a very nasty stain right over here. It actually looks quite a bit better. I haven't even touched it yet. I did treat it with suspend, of course, but oh, look at that. Out it comes, just like that. All right. Amazing how often that happens. I just pre-treat the stain with the suspend, and which has 3,000 ppm of stabilized ClO2 in it, and then often by the time I get to the actual cleaning of it, it's usually faded away either completely or mostly. And then I go over it with the machine and it's gone. So yeah, it definitely works. Of course, where I'm at right now is where the bed's been sitting for the last 30 years. Where are we at? 30 minutes or so? I'm not going really fast with this job because it is very worn and deteriorated, so I'm taking my time and letting the machine really go to work on the scrubbing. I really want to get maximum results, obviously. So I just take my time. There's a bunch of spots and stains over here. This is obviously a very worn patch right here. But look at the difference. Wow. That's really quite something, isn't it? I am using the VS product. Make sure I get that edge really well. And yeah, that looks wonderful. Alright, let's head this way. Oh, this carpet is cleaning really, really nice. It's going to look really bright. That's what I find when I clean with the SETT method. I get carpets to pop. And I get them very, very even too. That's the really important. But that does take a little bit of skill, which comes in time as you're using the rotary, handling the rotary, the way you maneuver it on the carpet. It does make a difference. And of course it does make a difference the quality of the cleaning products that you use. Oh, there I am. And by the way, I'm at least 25 pounds less than I was just over a month ago. I've gone back onto a very specific diet. I mentioned a while ago that I had a concern about legs after hours of standing and walking and doing commercial jobs. I'm in the beginning stages of what's called peripheral edema, which is basically your legs swell up, which can be caused by a couple of different things, but some of them really bad. But in my case, I think it's simply just vascular, basically deterioration of the circulatory system. As we age, I'm 66, and I decided, okay, I did the carnivore diet a year or so ago, 2 years ago, was it? Yeah, I guess 2 years ago now, and I actually lost quite a bit of weight, but then I couldn't stay on it it was just having a negative effect on my, let's just say my digestives. There's a side effect that was not pleasant, so, and it's expensive, very expensive steak, terribly expensive, which I was eating a lot of. But anyway, but I knew that it was possible, but I was pondering on my options when I realized that I've got this issue with the legs, which is a symptom of other things going on as well. And I realized I got to get really serious about this, and so I cut out all sugar, all carbs, because I'd gone back to sort of eating more or less normally. So no bread, no wheat, no potatoes, no rice. I do have a little bit of carbs, but basically what I've done is I've gone on what's called the sardine diet. And I'm not just eating sardines. I'm not completely on that, because I wanted to add a little bit of variety into it anyway. So I have, yes, sardines is my main thing I eat, and I can eat a can of sardines, and I'll go all day long, and I only eat twice a day. In the morning I have a can of sardines, and I have it with salsa, and I have 3 dates, because dates are actually really good for you and also regulate your blood sugar, and they do that very well. And I've certainly seen that dramatically affect my nocturia, which I was also concerned about, which is now basically cured. Not happening anymore. I might get up once or twice. Last night I didn't get up at all, so it's definitely helping. My legs are looking really good, and because the sardines, getting major omega-3 oils and other nutritions and everything that are in the sardines, and my legs are looking good. I can't show you now. I'll pull my sock down, but anyway, no more issue there really, because it does turn back the clock. And then what I've been having in the evening, I'll have an omelet with sardines. That's it, and salsa on it, and I've been putting some veggies in there, like onion and pepper and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Oh, and dates again. And I'm only drinking water. I have a cup of coffee. I have electrolyte drink, and that's it. No juice, nothing else. And I feel fine. It's great. So anyway, I'm gonna just head out of here. My goal is to get down to 175, and last time I weighed myself the other day was 212. The heaviest I was about 245. That's too much. Anyway, we're losing it, and it's working fine. I only get one body, gotta take care of it for lots of reasons. that, eh? This is really looking good. That nasty stain is gone. This carpet is looking great. I'm just going to run over the... I'm just going to run back out to the door with the machine here. It doesn't look like it needs it, but I'm going to anyway. Yeah, I know I'm losing weight because I'm moving my belt hook over. I'm actually only got one hole left here. Well, I can add holes, but actually, when I lost the weight before, I actually had to do that. So anyway, this is working, and I know that. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but it does work, and you get used to it. I mean, I know that there's different. There's sardines in spring water, and sardines in olive oil. Sardines, Mediterranean sardines, which have a little bit of a spice in there, and there's other things too. Other ways you can have it. You can get the sardine fillets. But anyway, and by the way, here's the nice thing about it is when you eat the sardines, it keeps you full for a long time. And then whenever in the day, if I feel a little bit hungry, if I literally take a mouthful of water and swallow it, that sensation is gone almost instantly. And that's what I've been doing, and I'm determined to do this. I'm really motivated because I need to do it for my wife's sake. She needs me to be able to go out and clean carpets every day for her. I gotta take care of my wife. Well, myself too, of course. But you know what I mean. Okay, let's park this here. And okay, you probably want to see exactly what that pad looks like. I did show it a minute ago, but let's have another look. Yep, there's a fair amount on here, but the carpet looks wonderful. It really does. So I'll have to groom it, obviously, and I got to do the steps next. So I'll do that, and then we'll continue on. Okay. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good day. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Now that I got a chance here, I'll show you my sexy leg. It was just like beet red before. If I worked all day, there is a little bit of redness there. I got these socks, which are kind of, they're actually quite tight, and they squeeze there, which is actually helping, I think, too. Anyway, the most important thing is to get the proper nutrition into your body and get rid of the junk, things that don't work. I believe that the answer isn't drugs. The answer is take care of yourself. Be careful what you eat. Be careful what you drink. Your body will heal itself if you've provided all you need. I think that's the way to go. Anyway, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.